go. So going to be coming out with a vengeance. Let's see the temperament that we see from these players.
Okay. So far, it seems like Negative is just playing very aggressively in Ferrety's space in a way that applies pressure that Ferrety hadn't dealt with in the last few sets he's played.
Right, and we know Tim's also going to be willing to shoot the gun as well.
Yes.
So.
Which is a big aspect of the spacing. Especially for Falco, because it halts the momentum, it can cancel a combo string, or like a moment where Sheik is maybe about to fair you. You got hit by a laser, you're stuck, and now you just got smash tacked or something. Like.
So something that I think of when I play this matchup as Falco is that you want to do those high lasers to keep yourself safe. And, you know, because Sheik wants to do these short hop, AC aerials, try and get you with the bear, try and get you with the fair. And I know that that's what how Tim has been playing the matchup. And he wants to shoot these lasers low now because, you know, Ferrety is just so far ahead of the, you know, he's playing the meta as the meta is evolving. So if you're shooting these high lasers, I'm going to find a way around them. So it's, all of these lasers have to be very intentional where you place them.
I'd also love to say both these players have amazing DI. They keep putting themselves in positions to tech or at least to soften their distance of how far they're getting thrown. Ferrety with the lead here.
Yeah, it felt like Tim came out just like a hot ball of fire, and we've already seen Ferrety kind of calm that down and play this game at his pace instead.
Gotta be careful burning the candle at both ends because this is only the first game. You have a whole set where if you do play like that fireball, can you maintain it the whole time?
Yeah, and I also just feel with Falco too is you can play high, you can do the the West Balls thing and just be as fast as you possibly can, but like we said, Falco's got a good recovery, but once he gets out of a certain range, you're just dead.
You're cooked. You're
Rings are
cooked
clipped
bird.
and you're dead. The aerial needles all getting eaten. Yeah, Tim being a little sloppy on Negative being a little sloppy on the shield and then in the corner and letting Ferrety get these openings, though that didn't quite lead to what we've been seeing. Yeah, here we see the lower lasers because if you approach with those high lasers, Sheik is able to kind of crouch underneath, get a dash attack, get a tilt out, get a down tilt, get an F tilt out, and just kind of trade with the next laser. So it's, I don't know, I probably find it a bit more interesting than other people do, but the laser heights are, tell a story in themselves.
They do. They're very crucial to the way a game can turn. This is such a high percent for Negative.
Yeah.
But, well.
Unsafe refresh, and that'll just end the game, the first game.
I don't know if that was really the ideal position you really want to be in. Immediately.
Tim wants to go next. He's already frustrated with himself. Like you're saying. It's a long set, you know. Can't be
too gung-ho about this.
It's very, very possible to win the set after losing game one. You can't, unless you let your mental slip. It's an easy way to go from a 1-0 to a 3-0 or a 3-1, you know. Whereas you stay locked in, you win game one, all right, or you win game two, all right, we're even up, and it's almost like nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
especially in this set, because I don't think the Sheik counter picks are so strong compared to the space counter picks.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned this earlier about Negative sharing about how taking time to think about things. It doesn't really seem like he's taking that time. You have 30 seconds to a minute in between games to choose your stage, reflect about what happened, and it still just doesn't seem like he's taking some time for himself to adjust.
And we just see Ferrety there get hit almost to the blast zone. Takes his time, waits as long as he can to use his double jump, waits as long as he can to use his up B, gets the recovery, and is just making this game so drawn out and forcing Tim to have to stay patient and forcing Negative to stay focused. And if not, if he gets antsy, he's able to just turn that around like we saw in the brass set.
And then even when he was stalling on the ledge there, Negative could have moved himself back to center to just kind of be in a safe space where it's okay, if you want to stall on ledge over there and do your thing because you're clearly not coming off. Instead, he waited, kind of went into the beat of it, and then got hit with unnecessary damage because he wasn't paying attention enough to move himself immediately.
Yep. All that being said, we still got a solid lead on this game too, but
Well,
here we find, yeah, Ferrety's finding these. It was like 40% when I started talking, I promise you.
it
Right,
was.
but-
It just happened so fast while you got that sentence
Yeah.
out.
Now we're at 2 stocks apiece.
Very even game.
I
Very-
love that. I don't know. It's just something weird about Melee where you can avoid attacks by getting closer to them. You know, you wave dash through. It's such a weird thing. You always feel like, oh, I want space. I want to dash back and avoid it. But like sometimes the wave dash through is the safe option. You know.
Sometimes my favorite thing to do as Samus is to run through my shielding opponent to
Uh-huh.
then forward smash
other
them from
way,
the other
yeah.
side, and everyone's like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "Well, it worked."
Why did it work? Yeah.
Yeah, why did it work? So,
All right. Let's see the young Ryan's tech chasing skill here. All right. Doesn't quite get it. Goes for the the jabs on Tim's miss tech.
I wish I could understand what's happening in Negative's brain right now.
I
What
think he
was
has-
like, seeking from this stage in particular.
I think it is it's definitely the counter pick for Fox. I think you have a few different options as Falco. I think Yoshi's is really good as Falco. Your
Yeah.
recovery just gets so buffed with those side plats being so close to the wall. I think Stadium is always a good pick against Sheik. So yeah, I'm interested to see why would you pick this over those two, even though it had been working out for him. But Ferrety's able to just play the long game, the spaced out game, and
Trade.
yeah, we see Ferrety's really happy about that, and I would be too. To clutch on your opponent's first counter pick and go up, like you said, 2-0 instead of 1-1.
Right.
And I hope Tim is now taking time and thinking things through. Because like I said, and like you were saying, like a bit of talking about what Tim's mentality or what Negative's mentality is
I thought we were about to go back.
he's had lessons on this exact opponent, and he's thought this through. So I think he's a little frustrated with himself, where he's maybe not sticking to the game plan, or maybe the game plan's not quite working out as well as he expected it to. And that's just the skill of Ferrety. Like, Ferrety's such a good player that, like, I beat you with one thing, that doesn't mean that's my only thing, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, you got, you
Roll
found...
from ledge.
Yeah.
Sorry, as you're saying.
Maybe Tim found paper, and Ferrety's like, no, I got scissors, There's more to this than just a simple game plan.
Right.
Ferrety's just doing everything right.
Like, as you're saying, like, you might be scissors, I might be paper, but now you cut my paper into 2 paper, and I have 1 more thing than you. Like, it's truly, like, Ferrety's playing a very different game to what Negative is,
Yeah.
and he's playing very hot today.
Yes. On someone else's controller, he's just
That
looks as
too.
good as ever, you know?
Someone else's controller is a crazy aspect to Ferrety's gameplay right now. We haven't seen like any missed ledge dashes or weird moments where you could chalk it up and be like, well, it's not his controller.
And he's
like,
hitting his like run cancel tilts too. Like, he's doing what you would think he would normally be doing. He's not altering anything, and he's playing hot as ever. And I don't know. You can have as many lessons as you want, but this Sheik is a real problem.
It is.
And for all these spaces in bracket, they need to figure something out, because otherwise, Ferrety's just running a terror on the stage.
Interestingly enough, when I play all of the Sheiks in the state, I don't find Ferrety to be the hardest for me to tackle. Like, I lose all 3 of them, hands down. I'm Samus, it's Sheik, it's just what it is. But Ferrety's playstyle is something I feel that resonates more in the gameplay of how I would combat it as Samus versus, say, Walrus, which is the one I struggle against the most.
Okay.
I think something to combat Ferrety's playstyle is you need to be a little bit more laid back, defensive, and zoning, because he's so good in that space that, like, in your face and putting this pressure and at worst trading with you. Like, you're still not even getting the priority move that you were seeking.
Yeah.
Like, he's throwing out something that trades with you and puts you at an even worse position. So playing away from him just seems to be the best way if you have that option.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like we were saying in the Sheik did it earlier we were watching between Walrus and Hollow, is that Walrus was the one a little bit more aggressive, looked a little bit more in charge, but it also means he's the one kind of trying to take space and encroach and putting himself at a bit more of a risk when Hollow could lay back and kind of let him come to him and do the good defensive options that Sheik has. It's kind of what I feel like that's what we're seeing from Ferrety too, is like he's really not pushing any envelope here. He's not making anything crazy trying to happen. And he's just gonna take the set here, I think.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Negative was doing what I was saying.
Yep.
Shoot the laser. He built 50%. He just couldn't find that kill.
Yep.
If he had done that sooner in the game, sooner in the set, just sit back, shoot laser, build percent, now it's my time to get that kill, that would have worked out so much better for him instead of just figuring that out on the last stock of the whole set.
And I think it's a bit of an advantage that Ferrety just has is he sticks to his game plan. He plays a character that's a little bit tougher to just gimp and kill at 0. So you have to work on every single stock he makes you work. And if you're kind of feeling like you're owed something or feeling like you've put in the work and therefore you deserve to win the set, doesn't matter. He's going to make you earn it all the way through. And if yeah, clearly showed that he earned it.
And that frustration too from Negative, like Ferrety can feed off that and further frustrate you and play in a way that makes you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and it's not even like he was camping or anything. Or sitting at ledge. He's just
perfectly
playing the good defensive game. Yeah. And that's what Sheik has to do. Like, I'm not saying defensive in any kind of way. The Falco's running at you over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
You're picking the right options to defend yourself.
And that's just how it is sometimes. If what you're doing is working, then you're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
You don't need to change your game plan
It's
when you're in the lead.
Exactly.
So it was just, excellent showcasing.
Really
from
well played
Ferrety.
for Ferrety. Deserves to be in Winterside Grands, and just see who's gonna get the run back or who's gonna get the opportunity to play him there. Because here we have two absolute killers, as we've seen earlier, Braz Monkey and Rich.
Now the Falcon is not back,
Not
so
yet.
this is going to be an interesting shift.
Yeah, I think Braz saw what Rich did to that Falcon last set and said, okay, I think I'm gonna go Fox.
Yeah. Now I know that